What? We're live. Start talking.
Yep, there's a bit of a delay. You have to give that. Anyways, welcome to GameItAll.com's Game It All Live podcast. My name's Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up? I'm Pino25.
Adelaris.
And Ricky.
This week, we actually have a sponsor this week for the podcast. We'd like to thank Cinch Gaming for the awesome sponsorship here. And we'll be talking about them later on halfway through the show here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Super awesome.
Super awesome. Anyways, so it's been a kind of a weird news week. I'm assuming because everyone's been prepping for GDC right now. Because GDC right now is a hot topic is VR. Everyone's on that right now. It's like an STD right now. It's kind of ridiculous.
What is in VR? Like this year?
Exactly.
I don't consider it a negative thing like a lot of people do. Actually, I read just a little while ago that Sony has shown some concept demos at South by Southwest today.
Awesome. That's always fun.
Yep.
Oh wow! So the first one to actually drop out of the podcast, because this happens every week, it's usually you.
No, it's
but
on purpose for my video to work again.
Your video's still not working.
He's lagging hard.
You are lagging.
Lagging.
Like,
It's not me, I hope.
I think you're fine. You're working fine.
Yeah, but not you. You're talking
Turn off the
about-
porn.
Whatever.
Stop streaming. God damn it. So, we're going to talk some news here, because that's, of course, what Game It All Live is. So, let's talk about something from a blast from the past, really. Blizzard this week announced that they were going to patch Diablo 2, and actually succeeded to patch Diablo 2 so that it will work on Windows 10 and more modern devices. Then they came around and said that tomorrow, March 15th, they are going to release the patch for Warcraft 3. How long ago did both Warcraft and Diablo come out?
Over a decade.
Yeah.
Almost 15 years. Yeah, it was around the 2000s.
Blizzard is actually really good when it comes to patching. They've patched Diablo quite often.
That is amazing to me, because it like Diablo 3's out. World of Warcraft is out. Everything that should be like its replacement is out. And
The thing is that they're so ingrained in PC gaming, especially, that people still play it very regularly. Even StarCraft 2 is StarCraft with the Brood War expansion is still heavily played.
yeah,
sure.
That is definitely true. Yeah, it's amazing to me to see all that, just the constant updates, because most developers would be like, it's 15 years old. Who's going to be playing it now? And just move on.
Well, you look at most developers, after 2-3 years, they're like, screw it, we're not supporting it anymore.
Yeah, a lot of the times it's not necessarily a developer's call, but more of a production company's call, because they're the ones that ultimately finance the game, and they just want their guys to work on something new
And make more money, yeah, pretty much.
That's definitely true. Yeah. So yeah, that's so the Warcraft patch is coming tomorrow, as mentioned, and Diablo's already out right now, which is awesome. That's great. And especially if you're still playing it, I mean, there you go.
There's a
You're all
large
set.
player base for Diablo. Like Diablo 2. I've caught in myself.
You cut out.
You got
Yeah,
out.
my mic for some reason muted itself. Yeah, I caught myself going. Yeah, I always saw on my screen was it go like red, then red, then red, then clear again. But yeah, I catch myself going back to Diablo 2 on at least once a year. It's a great game, a great title.
Oh yeah, it's got a crap load of replayability.
Oh yeah.
That is
Well,
true.
anything from Blizzard has crap loads of replayability, so that's why people keep going back to it. And how many people play StarCraft competitively? You know.
Yeah.
So.
I actually, speaking of StarCraft, I actually got through the Legacy of the Void campaign, and somehow I managed to skip. Is it a spoiler at this point? It's been out a while, right?
Legacy of the Void was just last year, so no. It's spoiler.
Shit. Okay, well.
Yeah, because it was Heart of the Swarm that was the first expansion, then they did Legacy, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
well,
I am...
without spoiling anything, a character that I really liked a lot, something happened, and I was very sad. So I texted Logan about it, and his first reaction was just to laugh very loudly.
I still need to pick up the 2 expansion packs for the game. Just waiting for them to be cheap.
They're probably not going to drop price anytime soon. But if anybody is a fan of the series, I definitely recommended it. It was very good story wise for finishing off something that you started 20 years ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, definitely on that. I've only watched Sly stream it, so that's the story's really good. So I was.
Look, you actually have enough power to play it now.
I now have enough power to play it. Pino hooked me up with a proper PC, so I now have the power to play PC games. So that is going to be on my Twitch very soon, and actually on YouTube as well.
You'll be able to play XCOM also at some point when you pick it up.
Yes, definitely. Thank God.
So what's your next goal? A capture card?
Yes, that is the overall goal is that I want a capture card so I can really do stuff on that. But
yeah, I recommend the. I use the Elgato, but there's now an Elgato HD which captures at 1080p at 60 frames.
I should probably save that for Tech-It-All. Just saying.
What?
Not really. I mean, it counts towards
it's gaming. It's gaming related because they sell it in gaming stores in the gaming section. So it's a multi-purpose use device. It's not just for PCs.
That's true. So, one thing that I'm always iffy about is games that are or movies that are based off of games. Not porn.
Are you iffy on porn?
How can you be iffy on porn?
Wait, you're porn?
What? He like...
Yeah, I keep cutting out. I don't know why.
Okay, porn.
It's probably for the better. What I said was not exactly appropriate.
Oh, Luke, are you censoring him from the side?
No, I am not censoring people from the side. We don't like censorship. You know that.
No. Are you trying to shut people up? It's like la 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 la. Hey, yeah, I love that shit.
It's a dream come true.
Oh, you mean like this? There you go.
Okay, so movies, alright.
Yeah, so I'm usually iffy about movies that are based off of video games.
One name, Huey Ball.
Huey Ball, yeah, that's usually the go-to on that. So, J.J. Abrams, we all know that he was supposed to be working on a Portal and Half-Life movie. He's gotten blessing from Valve and everything. It's still on its way. So
yeah, they've been very hush-hush in a Valve-centric way.
Yeah, in the very Valve-centric way. I am surprised to hear that we're probably going to get a Half-Life movie before we see Half-Life 3.
That's fine.
Half-Life 3 is never going to exist, or it's going to be bundled when they release the Vive.
Could you imagine if it was actually bundled in?
Oh,
the
that would
only
be...
way you can get it is if you got the Vive and it's only available to be played on VR and not a regular monitor.
Yeah. And it'd be
That
like,
would
oh,
definitely be a way to sell it. On top of the fact that the Vive is already selling like crazy.
Yeah.
But if they were to announce that, it sounds like E3 would be the best time because that's just before their
the
major
launch.
releases. Yeah.
And I would totally want to spend the $1,200 and be like, here. Plus, NVIDIA, take my extra $1,000 for that 1080. So, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we're talking about 1080 GTXs this week also.
All right, I got some reading to do.
They haven't announced the specs, but there were specs that were leaked, so that will be more to come on Saturday. So cool. All right, continue, Luke.
So yeah, actually that's everything I had for that. Is just
Yeah.
we have Half-Life. We have both a Half-Life and Portal movie coming.
Well, yeah, we'll see how that all goes. I don't know. I'm also kind of excited for the Assassin's Creed movie also. So, but we'll see how that goes.
Definitely.
Because it's got Michael Fassbender. What more do you want?
That is going to be the one to watch out for. I actually don't know if there's any other ones that are coming out this year that are based off a game.
Was there Ratchet and Clank?
Oh yes, Ratchet and Clank and
Jack?
not Jack. It's Sly Cooper.
Oh.
Yeah. So both are coming out this year. I forgot about those because it seems like Sony's not doing enough to actually push those. There's a lot that they're pushing for the game.
Yeah, but like that's the whole thing with Sony. They're struggling everywhere else except for their games. So
that is true.
Plus, they don't have the media pressure that the comic book movies are generating, so it's a little hard to keep up with that.
But Ratchet and Clank looks so good. That's the thing.
Yeah, but the games were amazing and they looked amazing.
I know, and like I'm saying that this is probably the best way to like get your kids to go to the movies or something. Like, I'm actually thinking of taking River to see it for her first movie. I mean, she'll be old enough.
Yeah. There was a major kid movie that just came out that's doing really well. I forgot the name. Zootopia?
Yeah, Zootopia.
We have a
movie, yeah.
We have the review up on Game and All right now.
Oh, well, I gotta read it then.
It's Brennan gave it a pretty much 5-star like everyone else right now.
Yeah,
it's a freaking Disney movie.
I'm not saying that it doesn't deserve it. It fucking deserves it. It's just, this you're gonna look through every review and just see 5 stars because it deserves it.
Well, yeah. All right, let's continue on. So let's talk about Amplitude on the PS3.
So Amplitude was part of the Kickstarter events. Harmonix went through, got the funding. They said that it was only going to come out for PS4 and PS3. We're finally getting the PS3 edition next month. Or is it next month?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got to double check that.
April.
Yeah, so in April. Now, so this may come to a surprise for a lot of people because I think a lot of people probably forgot about it since, the PS4 edition came out January 5th. That's, a 3 months in between waiting for this game to come out.
Yeah, really.
But for Amplitude fans, it is worth the wait. If you haven't picked it up on PS4 yet, if you are waiting on PS3 version, it is worth the wait. Pick it up.
Yeah, if you don't own the system.
Yeah, if you don't own the system like Pino, then, you wait, and then you had to wait 3 extra months to get some awesome tunes.
Yeah. Because all my money got spent on the PC, so I had to wait.
Now, that's not the only game that's coming out next month. As we heard, there's a possibility of The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth coming to consoles next month as well. Now, I'm actually going to spoil some things here because when that does come out, as I said, unfortunately we don't know the actual date because they are going through the final set of information to get it approved for PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, so Wii U as well. Now, despite
that does not look like a game that belongs in the Wii U.
well, what was the last one? Rebirth.
Yeah.
Rebirth came to the 3DS and Wii U.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Yeah, originally they said that it wasn't going to happen though, and now it is. That's awesome. We're just waiting on the official release date and everything. We're going to do another Noobs Play on it. Pino, stop shaking your mic.
It's there in my face. I need to get something on my desk.
You need to have like a stress ball or a cat or something.
I do have a stress ball somewhere.
I would recommend putting a towel or a blanket just underneath the mic to absorb vibration.
Yeah. It's a full mic stand. That's the problem.
Hey, you got the full rock bands.
Okay, there's my stress ball. I have Tetris pieces. There you go.
There you go. That's what you do with your hands.
Tetris fucking stress ball. There you go. All right. Continue. I'm squeezing.
So we're gonna be playing some Noobs Play with Afterlife when it comes out on PS4, or Afterbirth when it comes out on PS4, and we're actually gonna do a pain game added to it. So I'm going to let people know who watches the podcast now what it's going to be before we put it up. We are making them play a game of Twister if they do not finish the level. If they die, they have to play Shot Twister.
Is there a taser involved?
No, it is going to be liquids that they have to drink.
Oh, so we can't tase you? Is that a bonus if we make more money?
I'm not playing. I'm not new about this.
But can we do like a funding thing for some charity or something that we get to tase Luke?
Maybe later.
He's taking inspiration from Rooster Teeth
Not
there.
just any taser, but a dog taser, so whenever he speaks.
Oh my god! No! We'll get the one with the little remote.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You were bad. Psst. Yeah.
There's an actual game that is multiplayer, and you hold like a metal controller of some type, and there's a sounder that goes off, and as soon as the sound stops, everybody has to press a button, and the last person to click it gets electrocuted.
Nice.
So it's hardcore operation.
Now, so I mentioned just the Shot Twister. We didn't get to the good part. We're not drinking alcohol during this. The shots are going to be filled with ketchup, mustard, relish, Frank Red Hot sauce, barbecue sauce, sriracha, and chocolate drizzle.
Nice.
If we have any more condiments, we will throw it in.
So relish, chunky.
Relish is good. I know these guys are going to puke on it, which is going to be fun. I can't wait.
Why didn't you just throw in mayonnaise while you were in it?
You know, that's not a bad idea. I think we should.
Chunky white stuff. Oh, yeah.
Throw in some Miracle Whip.
All right.
So that is going to happen. That is going to happen. Noobs Play, Binding of Isaac, Afterbirth. It's going to be great.
All right. Let's talk about sequels. We're doing Dead Island 2. They finally got a new developer. Holy shit.
I was very disappointed to hear Jaeger was taken off. Because Jaeger made probably my favorite game of last generation, Spec Ops: The Line. That was a fucking amazing game. Dead Island 2 looked like it was going to shape up pretty well. Now we have a new developer. We have Sumo Digital, who, for most people, may know them from the Little Big Planet 3 version for PS4.
Yes. They also made, if you played Forza, they made Forza Horizon 2 for the Xbox 360. They ported it over. They also did Sonic Racing, I think it
Yeah.
was.
Sonic Transform.
And yeah, and a bunch of other stuff. So
That's pretty awesome. But now I need to see what has changed, because I think there's going to be a lot that has changed from the developers now.
oh wait, and they also made Crackdown 3 for the Xbox One.
Oh wow,
They're
they're
working on.
working
Yeah.
on that one too. Okay,
And also Disney Infinity. That was their product also.
nice. Okay, so they have a lot of good stuff backing them up, anyways. Like,
Yeah.
Little Big Planet 3 was awesome.
And Split Second.
So they're definitely
for-
racing developers, is what I'm getting from
Yeah,
that.
they've yeah.
Yeah, so that's not a bad thing, but I'm wondering what has changed for Dead Island, because
I'm hoping a lot, because Riptide and the original Dead Island did not live up to its hype, and was one of the few games I actually ever returned.
It's I wasn't a big fan of the original Dead Island either, and even Techland's second attempt at a zombie first-person brawler, Dying Light, wasn't a huge fan of that either. Definitely much better, but
wasn't it Deep Silver that made the original?
No,
it was
all
Techland. Techland was the developer. Deep Silver was the publisher.
Oh, okay.
But
So,
I think it's, if you really look at it, it's them and their engine that's a bit iffy. I'm blaming it a bit on their engine, the Chrome engine. So.
Probably the Chrome end. Actually, my thing is I do have a love-hate relationship with Techland, mainly because their first game that I will play, like, I hate the game, I love the game, hate the game, love the game, hate the game, love the game.
Yeah,
And
pretty much.
That has continued on throughout, like, the entire history of their games.
Wow.
Call of Juarez was the first one, like, first major one I played. Then I hated that one. I hated Call of Juarez. Call of Juarez Bound in Blood or Earned in Blood, I don't remember which one. Was
Bound in Blood. It was amazing.
Was amazing. That was great. Then we had Dead Island, which was okay.
No. They had the Cartel.
They had the Cartel.
I think they came out the same frickin' day, like a week apart or something.
Yeah, it was very close. So I don't know which one would have came first on that.
I'm pretty sure Cartel came first, but Cartel was a piece of shit.
Okay, Cartel was awful. Then Dead Island was all right. Dead Island Riptide sucked. And then finally we had Dying Light, which was all right. I'm not a big fan, but
wait, there was one in between. There was Gunslinger, which was amazing.
Gunslinger was amazing. That was the best storytelling I've heard from a game in a long time. Just mainly because, oh, wait, no, that's not how it happened. Let's go back and do that again and say it right.
Yeah, the dialogue was amazing.
Are you saying you took on 50 Apaches at one time? Did I say 50? I meant like 10. Okay. It takes away 50 guys, put 10.
So, yeah, if you do have a chance to pick that up when it's on sale, it is a great title. It is an amazing title.
It is great. Even it's like if you took Borderlands and put it in the Old West. That's what I got. Even down to the art design. But yeah, so Sumo Digital making Dead Island 2, that's going to be interesting. I'm hoping that it's going to be good, that they keep a lot of the stuff that Jaeger originally had, because they were going to go full out crazy with it.
Yeah.
What we saw early was people taking batteries, hooking up to shotguns, to creating an electrified shotgun. We saw a random customization that was just beautiful, and also the cell shade that was added into it was really nice touch for what would be the next game.
Mm. But we'll see what happens.
So, right now, I know me and Corey are probably the only ones that are enjoying this right now out of this group. But we've been really enjoying The Division. Really solid game. I'm hoping to have a review of it very soon. I'm still early level, though.
Yeah. I think because we're PlayStation players, we seem to be having a little bit of a different experience than the Xbox and PC players. There haven't been as many. Well, there's been a couple glitches I've come across, but nothing game breaking. Most of the annoyances people have, I don't come across, like a ton of people piling up at the vendor, or just the Dark Zone being completely rampant with griefers.
Yeah.
I've been able to solo the entire thing.
From what I could read from the PC problems was from NVIDIA themselves with their drivers for the cards.
So,
Well, the game hasn't even been out a week yet, so it's to be expected.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, yeah, because
every
NVIDIA
release
released.
has issues.
Yeah, because
And-
NVIDIA released their drivers and it completely screwed up some people's cards. So.
Oops.
and I'm actually surprised because this is probably the best launch that Ubisoft's ever had in terms of multiplayer. Like
Yeah, pretty much.
everything went smooth. Everything, like aside from some launch day hiccups, which were honestly to be expected.
Yeah, the server went down after the first hour or so. People couldn't get into Manhattan, but like almost as soon as the news report went up that it crashed, like it was already fixed, and I was able to start playing again.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that was like really good on Ubisoft with all that. Now, here's the thing: The Division is the record breaker launch publishing for Ubisoft. So they sold the game with I'm trying to get the exact numbers here for this. More than 1 million copies on the first day of release, which that beats out its previous record holder, which was Watch Dogs in 2014, with ended up being more than 4 million copies during the first week of availability. It's just blasted that record.
Mm.
And so far, the reviews are coming in. A lot of them are critical of the game, but at the same time praising it quite well. So it's doing very, very well for Ubisoft at this point.
Yeah, and it's. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that, like, with how much people actually play the beta, which apparently was a record setter.
Yeah, the beta was a great throw-in to get everyone interested and everything going. And yeah, that was just...
It worked so well. I think that's why a lot of people jump straight on it, because usually betas are just packed with bugs, and this one not so much. I don't think we came across any really when we tried the beta.
Yeah. And that's kind of weird for Ubisoft. But they've been fixing themselves in the past year.
Yeah.
So with good releases in the past little while, such as Syndicate, Division, and also Primal. So 3 good solid releases that weren't the Unity or Watch Dogs crapper related. So.
Okay. So I gotta read this out here.
Oh, we're halfway.
We're halfway. We're halfway through.
Oh my God! It is sponsor time.
So tonight's podcast is actually brought to us by Cinch Gaming, which Cinch Gaming is the company that builds professional custom game controllers, which will allow you to actually go in, customize any color you want. The Pro controllers, your different thumbsticks, anything you want, and that these guys are the ones to get it from. Now, with Cinch Gaming, if you want your own controller, if you want to customize anything you'd like, you can actually go to their website right now, which is cinchgaming.com. Go build your controller. At checkout, use the code GameItAll.com. Or, sorry. Live podcast.
Oh my god.
You'll get it.
Yeah. You know what? Just use the code. It'll be in the description down below.
Use the code GameItAll. And then you'll be able to get 5% off of your controller. Or anything at discount, really.
Well, yeah, can't go wrong with, percentage off of an awesome controller that you customed. Yeah. You're not buying no regular crap-ass controller from the store. You got that custom shit. So if you go to a LAN party or something, you cool. You bringing it. You rock it.
I played around with the customization settings on the website, and I was actually very surprised how much extra you can toss into there. And if you got the cash for it, you can make some really beautiful controllers.
So yeah, they're adding a lot more cool stuff too later on, which will actually allow you to see how fast you're actually hitting buttons, what's your reaction time. It's all really cool stuff that's going on right now with it. And as I said, use the code GameItAll at the end. You'll get 5% off of everything in the store at checkout.
Yep, and you can get your controllers for PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. And you know what? They're all usable on the PC, so what up?
There you go. All right. So, one of my favorite series is the Neptunia series, as surprising as that would be for you guys, because I don't think any of you actually play that.
There are
mostly.
There are way too many games in the frickin' series.
Well,
every Tuesday, bam, new Neptunia game.
Not really.
It's like clockwork.
But they are a great series, especially if you're a fan of just making fun of the game industry. That's the series you want to take a look at. Now, its spin-off is actually coming to the Steam store right now, called Mega Dimension Neptunia Action U. Action U was originally a Vita game, is now coming to the PC with some added graphics and just better controls. Because, it's the Vita. Nobody really likes the Vita.
Well,
to be honest, come on.
People don't play Sony handhelds. People play Nintendo handhelds.
I have a Vita, and I'm sure I've said it a bunch of times by now, but the one thing that killed me on it was the fact that the memory was proprietary, and I have trouble finding replacements.
Yeah, it's freaking expensive.
So if you're not looking forward to playing Action U on the PC, you can also get the sequel, which is coming out next month. Mega Tag Mention blank plus Neptune versus Zombies. That is the Action U sequel where our prequel. I actually don't even know how this game's.
That's a freaking long name. Holy
shit! It is a long name. I don't know what's going on exactly because this one is set in the Game Academy, where it's like teaching them how to be CPUs, and then they have to fight zombies.
All I can think of with zombies is Yakuza Dead Souls.
Think that, but with Dynasty Warriors.
Okay, so yeah.
Am I one of the few people that actually enjoyed Dead Souls?
Yeah, it was different.
I never actually played
Dead Souls was great. It was complicated, and I was never able to beat it, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, the bosses were just too complicated for me. Didn't have the patience for it.
Wait, which one are we talking about? The Yakuza Dead Souls or Dark Souls?
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Wrong game completely.
Wrong game completely. Yeah.
Yeah. One's Sega, the other one's fucking From Software. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Dead Souls. Awesome.
So, we actually have a sequel to an awesome game that I didn't expect to happen anytime soon coming out. Oddworld Soulstorm. So with the success of Oddworld New and Tasty, which itself was a remake of Abe's Odyssey, is now coming out as a remake of the second game, Abe's Zodius, but not. See, this is another one of those weird ones. From what we're told, it's going to be Abe's Exodius, but there's going to be a large amount of content that is going to be different from the original. So I don't know what exactly they're planning. This one is a very weird announcement.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see to see what happened. I loved New and Tasty. New and Tasty was great, especially bringing back the old Oddworld feeling and just updating it to what should be the standard nowadays.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys played any of the Oddworld or any of New and Tasty even.
I have never played it myself, but I've been watching the Game Grunts do a playthrough of it.
It's a lot of fun. When you originally picked up Oddworld on PS1, you pretty much picked it up because of the cutscenes, though. It was straight up the best cutscenes from any game on PlayStation 1. I will state that.
Yeah, it was. It looked to be definitely heavy on there with. It reminded me a lot of Final Fantasy VII, where the character would walk up to his scene, but then it would go from a pre-rendered scene straight into the cutscene pretty flawlessly.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like one of the few games that did that well.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like the Oddworld series never got enough credit than it deserved. It's always been a cult favorite, but
well, it's kind of like Worms and all these amazing, kind of like cool indie games. Before the whole indie scene was a thing. Because it was mostly games that people just talked about to each other and went, "Oh, hey, did you hear about this?" Or they'd lend a copy to someone else and went, "This is cool, you should play this."
Yeah, exactly.
So very culty following kind of titles.
So, yeah, I'm glad to see the Oddworld series now because they gave it for free on PS Plus at one point. And because they really pushed it nowadays, I'm glad to see that's getting the recognition it deserves, because they originally had so much planned for that franchise that I do want to see move up. It's a dark, twisted world that should have more of a stance in gaming as it does.
Yeah. And I remember playing Stranger's Wrath on the original Xbox. That was great with the first-person crossbow.
What other game can you shoot spiders at people?
No, they had skunks and raccoons and squirrels.
Yeah, the squirrels are great.
Like, what more do you want? Like that was great.
Live ammo. The definition of live ammo is used in that game, and it is great. This probably one of my favorite series of that game.
And do you know what? If you go on GOG right now, you can get the trilogy for $13. You can get Abe's Odyssey, Abe's Exodus, and Stranger's Wrath HD for $13. Like, seriously, go pick it up.
Just go do it. That's kind of an order.
Do it!
So, last thing we got to talk about is the big news that came out today. Rocket League is going to have cross-play Xbox One, PC, and holy shit, PS4.
Yeah, it's been a long time since a game attempt that, and
I don't think we've ever seen a game attempt that.
Yes. I'm trying to think of the name. It was an old game. It was like a first-person.
Wasn't it on the 360?
I don't know if it was 360. Could be a little bit older than that still.
Yeah.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but it was basically a shooter type game, and
Shadowrun?
that sounds right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Shadowrun was only PC to Xbox 360.
Yeah, but they
This-
still tried to bridge
Yeah,
the gap.
it was still crossplay. Yeah,
This is bigger than that, though. This is
I know.
Xbox One
All three,
plus
yeah.
one.
PlayStation 4
Yeah, but
fucking colliding with rocket-powered cars. How
Yeah,
fucking
but-
awesome is this?
that was 2007. We're in 2016, so many years later.
Yeah. But yeah, it's definitely cool to see if it's gonna work, and apparently it's blowing up a lot of rumors that if this actually goes through, it's probably gonna kick open the door to see a lot more multi-platform games be cross-compatible with each other.
Yeah.
And that is perfect. That's what we kind of want.
Yeah.
I want to play with friends, but he has an Xbox. Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
Rocket League has Xbox One
Yeah.
and PS4 play. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if people can team up, though, and that sort of details.
That's true, because last time we tried to team up with PC, with Ricky and PS4, it didn't work well. We had such a fucking hard time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm sure maybe they figured out something that'll work better. But yeah, I definitely hope there'll be at least some cooperation between the major companies that, as long as their service is being paid to, there's no reason why they can't work together to at least a little bit to let the gamers work together.
Mm.
I would definitely like to see more games do it. I think the one genre that might have the most trouble with this would be something like shooters that
Yeah.
requires Twitch gameplay, because obviously the PC would have the advantage over the consoles.
Yeah, but like stuff that you'd be using a controller would be like racing or
Pretty much everything else, yeah, is better on a controller for the most part.
yeah,
So-
especially racing and like
Yeah.
flying or anything that you controlling a vehicle or something. But a shooter definitely, yeah.
You know what game would be perfect for this? Smite. Just saying. Smite on Xbox One plays well. Smite on PS.
already on all the consoles now, aren't they?
It's still in alpha on PS4 right now.
Okay, well, it's going to be.
It's going to be open beta very soon, like on the 21st, I believe. And that goes into open beta. Oh, speaking of which, open beta this week. Paragon. That is going to be interesting. Early access starts tomorrow. So Epic's MOBA is coming out. That's already. We're going to get to see. My thing with that, we're going to get to finally see what the Unreal 4 engine is all about. Don't get me wrong to any other developers using the program. Or using the
No.
engine.
Yeah.
This is an alpha. This is just them kind of giving you a sneak peek for what Unreal is gonna look like.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Speaking of the Unreal 4 engine, something came out either yesterday or today where somebody remade at least the opening portion of the Fire Temple in the new engine from Ocarina of Time. And
Nice.
it looked pretty cool. But it was done with the same aesthetic as what it was on the 64, so everything was like really high def texture and everything, but the shapes were still the blocky N64 shapes. So it was really like had a bizarre charm to it.
Very
You're
confusing.
like, that's exactly how I remember it, but it's way prettier.
The new Legend of Zelda looks amazing on the Wii U. They did an amazing job.
Yes, I saw some videos of the gameplay, and it's definitely a good upgrade. I don't know if it'll, like, in the way distance, like 10 years from now, it'll hold as well as the remake of Wind Waker did, but I think that's just because of the art style.
Yeah,
But
well, yeah, because it's
beyond-
more. Yeah, because cell shading always looks good.
Yeah, it doesn't age. But beyond that, like, it's still very much a very good game. It's definitely, like, in the top 5 of all the Zeldas.
Yeah,
So-
like I've already put in almost 20 hours in it. I'm just blown away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's the proper version of Twilight
Yes.
Princess. It's the GameCube version.
When you play it normally, Link is left-handed, but I believe if you play the hero mode, it reverts to the right-hand world, so everything's flopped.
Yeah. So it is correct in this version. So
Yeah.
no fucking stupid Wii version motion control thing. Fuck that.
So we got to wrap up here because we want to do another podcast after this with talking
Because
shit.
we're flipping it over, people.
We're flipping it
Flip
over.
the
We're doing the
record.
first official episode of Talking Shit. So yeah,
Didn't we already do one?
that was
No,
the
no.
pilot. That was the test.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
those were a alpha and beta test.
Uh,
We're doing full launch.
Full launch tonight with Talking Shit, and that is coming up very shortly. But before we go, let's talk about the new releases coming out this week. So, starting tomorrow, March 15th, we have EA Sports UFC 2. Early reviews have given it really, really, really fucking good scores. Knockouts, even, if you would say. Oh, no, that was stupid. So, also we have Need for Speed coming for Windows, Salt and Sanctuary, which is kind of like a brawler mixed with Bloodborne or Dark Souls. Looks really cool. It's going to be on PS4 exclusively. We also have Sheltered coming to Windows and Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. On the 16th, we have Dungeon of the Endless on Xbox One, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse for Xbox One, and on the 18th, we have Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympics Games, 3DS, and Pokken Tournament.
Cool!
And then on, that's next week, so I don't have to worry about that one.
Alright, so we are taking the 33
Oh.
and flipping the record over.
Hold on.
Literally.
There is one more game.
Aww.
I have to announce this one because it's a niche game that's only been announced via the PlayStation blog because it's their arcade section.
Okay.
Bubble Bobble's coming to PlayStation 4. Yes!
Alright, can I say it now?
Yeah, go ahead.
We're taking the record and we're flipping it over to side B.
Oh my
Flip
god,
the
you're such a
side
fucking hipster. You're such a fucking hipster.
Yeah, but this was an amazing album. It was the Foo Fighters' Sonic Highways.
Oh,
wow,
okay.
that's actually
that's
really
a little bit better. Okay, that's fine.
What do you think I buy on? What do you think I buy on vinyl? I only buy the.
Arcade Fire or something.
Only the good stuff, not the stuff you find at Value Village.
You look so.
What? No, you can find some pretty damn good shit at Value Village.
No, every time I've went and looked, I've only found
he
religious.
hasn't said a thing the entire podcast. I forgot he was here again.
Yeah, you guys had it covered. I was just sitting here listening, eating donuts.
I got this. It's good.
Yeah, you guys are good. I tried to put in my opinion a couple of times, but you guys just kept talking, and I was like, oh, nope, they changed the subject. I'm good.
So yeah.
Well, you'll get to voice your opinion more on Talking Shit, which is coming up next.
Yeah, which I get to be myself more openly.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, for the GameItAll.com podcast, I'm Lucas Grimm.
Hey, what up, Pino25?
Adelaris.
And Rick. The quiet
And
Ghost.
ghost.
Rick the Ghost.
Rick the ghost.
We will talk to you guys next week.
Oh, you didn't do the whole social crap of if you like this shit, yada yada yada, sell some stuff.
That is true. If you enjoyed this podcast, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. That'll definitely help us out.
Yeah.
And, yeah, we will see you guys.
Slap some comments down below. Go to the website. Go to the Twitters, the social media, the Sprintster, the MySpace, and all the other places. Oh, yeah.
People still use MySpace?
I don't know. I'm just talking shit. That's the next podcast. All right. So, yeah.
Let's lead in. Good job.
Right. Let's continue on. Have yourself a good night from the podcast.
Bye-bye.